my inhibitions were lowered, and it's
Yeah,
like, bro, that might be a thing with you, bro. Like you're not
yeah.
addressing that inside of you. They
I
like
noticed.
whenever you drink, you get like a little.
Yeah, like I noticed. Like I was drinking alcohol, and then I was looking at this nigga's dick. Like, well, I don't know that.
Maybe that's just you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe you got some latent feelings that you need to release, bro. It's okay. It's 2024. Ain't nobody giving a fuck
yeah.
about that no more.
Rhyme bumping gangster music. Back when I had the brew. Back when I worked the chucks. Praying I make it through. Still be with my same bitch.
Oh man,
We're back. Episode 16. Is it episode 16?
16,
Sweet
16,
16.
sweet 16. We had a
Man,
quinceañera
we had
last
a
week.
quinceañera last week, and
Now we got a sweet 16.
now we're getting our driver's license and
Let's
shit.
go.
All right. All
First
right.
job. First job. Let's
First
go.
job. First job. All
There
right.
we go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Welcome back to another edition of the Odyssey podcast. Let's get the dumb shit out of the way. Like, subscribe, comment, push
Like, subscribe.
pound that notification bell. No pause, no diddy. So, please do that
Crazy.
so we could get into the algorithm.
Let's go.
Appreciate everybody rocking with us. As you can see, Nene and ours are separated by distance.
No.
But we're here giving you what you want. So, how you been? What's your week been like? What's up, my guy?
My week has been getting back to normal. That's been the topic of this week, is getting back to normal.
Back to normal.
A new normal, you know?
Yeah, all right.
In more ways than one, you know? I've been consistently stressing out about my team, my Dodgers, but we'll get to that later. But that's been my whole week. Has literally been every other day. I've just been fucking stressed out.
That was stressful. They, yeah, we'll get to that. They didn't make that easy on themselves. They were like, "What's the hardest way to the National League Series?" We'll take that route.
Yeah, you're like, what? That was a bad turn here, bad turn there. Yeah, let's do that. And it's just
Let's
like, what
do
the
that.
fuck, guys?
And then they just like woke up, like, "Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why did we make this hard on ourselves? Yeah, we're all asking.
What if we just make everybody feel like we're gonna choke yet again, and then we'll turn it around?
I was ready to fire Dave Roberts. We'll talk about this. I was ready to fire Dave Roberts like right after the game. So yeah, we'll talk about
everybody was, but they're gonna riot. Okay, all right. Well, we'll get to that. But that's been my week. It's just been, thankfully, I've been able to focus on just on just watching the game, stressed out. That's been my week.
Nice. Sounds like a good week, man. Just
there you go.
Fucking stressed.
Yeah, just stressed.
Just trying to get through it. All
stressed
right.
at work, come home, stressed for the game. I'm not enjoying myself. I'm just literally like, fuck.
Could you enjoy yourself a little bit and maybe not stress for
just once they won, yeah. And then I was like, oh fuck.
Like 10 minutes, maybe no stress.
No, because I was stressed out the whole time for that last game too. So I was just like, no. They didn't make it easy. But what about your week? How was your week?
Shit, it was a blur.
A blur.
Shit, what did I do this week? I haven't been traveling, so it's weird to be like at home for a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll be up in San Fran on Wednesday.
Nice.
But I'll be back home by the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's just been, fuck, I don't even remember. I gotta stop smoking weed.
Nah, man.
I don't even remember what happened, man. Oh, we went to go see Transformers 1.
Nice.
Did see that. It was an interesting little kids movie. No, it was good. It was good. It was a good little, good to turn the brain off for a little while. So
there you go.
Something you got to do, which music lets people do all the time because it's trash. Okay.
Isn't it supposed to do the opposite? Isn't it supposed to like turn your brain on?
That's not how we rap no more. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Or sing or anything. We do it so that you can turn your brain off and just feel the vibrations.
That's true. That's why we
Um,
call it vibes.
yeah, yeah,
We call it
yeah,
vibes. It's just purely
yeah,
vibes now.
yeah. I mean, you little shits don't want to be challenged. You just want us to, just feed you the vibes. God forbid, God forbid you think about anything. I'm on my old man today. Even my best things are very old manny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
get back on that old man tip. All right, let's go.
back on the
Let's
old
do it.
man shit.
Let's get right into it then. What's up? What do you
Best thing I
got? Best thing
ever
you
heard.
heard?
All right. I went back in the archives a little bit for this one.
All right.
Some of you young kids may have never heard of this album, but it was RBG, Revolutionary but Gangster, Dead Prez. I
Nice.
don't know. I don't know what made me go put that on. I was just like, I want to go listen to this album again. And I listened. I was like, damn, this album's fire. This album's flames. So good. It's kind of like topical still.
Really?
Um, yeah, oh yeah. If you listen to it, because it's about America and the kind of place it is, police brutality, that sort of thing, and so it's definitely. You know what? It could have soundtracked fucking COVID and George Floyd. That's for sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? But outside of that, musically, it's a good album. Just a very good hip hop album.
Yeah.
Good bars, very dope. It'll make you think. It's conscious.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was literally the best thing I heard. I listened to a lot of new stuff, but I wasn't feeling it. I was just kind of like, Robert Glasper came out with something else, and I was like, all right, it's time for you to go sit your ass down.
Enough is enough. All right, let's go.
Enough is enough. You're releasing a lot of music right now. Um, and then, but nothing really moved me except for Squeeze First 2, which is a single by Ab Soul.
Mm. I didn't even
Um,
catch this. I did not even catch this.
Go check it out. So what he does is um, I don't want to say he remixed because it's not a remix, but he definitely references Jay Z Squeeze First off of the Dynasty Rock La Familia, which is the best song on that album, by the way. Fight me, Jay Z fans. It's the best song on that fucking album. Um, and so he does his version of that,
Yeah.
and was rapping with a homie about that track, and he was suggesting that the first verse is a shot at J. Cole because of some of the
Mm.
stuff that Soul was saying. And I was looking at the lyrics, and I was like, I can see it. I can see
Right.
he's calling out some bitch assness that could refer to J. Cole, but if he's not, I'm also like, I'd also buy that. Like it doesn't have to be either. But I was like, I can see it, but it's a good single, and I'm like, man, I think Soul is replacing or is taking up the mantle that Kendrick left. Quite
Like
honestly,
that void when it comes to what
yeah.
exactly?
Well, because Herbert is on my top 10 all time albums.
Yep. Top
Uh,
10.
yeah, top 10 all time. That album is really good. I can listen to that thing front to back, no skips for me, or maybe one or two skips. Um, and I think that just artistically and just musically, he's filling the void that Kendrick. And it's not like TDE has voids. Like Soul's been on like TDE forever, right?
Yeah.
But with Kendrick not on TDE, they can definitely like put more time, money behind Soul, um, and he could start to get some of the notoriety he's probably deserves. But
Yeah.
you had Kenny, you had Schoolboy Q, you had
Yeah.
SZA, you know what I mean? You had some other artists, Isaiah Rashad. You had other artists that were there.
They were a championship team and one of their stars left, but they're
Hmm.
still in house. They still got all
Oh
the talent
man, they
in
got
the world.
all
Still
the
the
talent,
best team in the league.
drafted incredibly well.
There you go.
Um,
Oh no, they drafted. How you get like you the best team won the championship and then you still got like the best draft pick that year?
they on that warrior shit, bro. They on that warrior shit, right? Like
That
you
shit
drafted
where it's unfair.
Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and then somehow you still got enough money and space to fucking sign Kevin Durant and all kind of shit. Like that's where TD is right now. Like,
Yeah,
okay, nobody
exactly,
played basketball for the next few years because we winning all the championships. Um,
exactly.
So that single was one of the best things I've heard. Dead Prez was definitely the best thing. The other thing that I heard that I really, really enjoyed, it was probably like 1A, 1B with Dead Prez,
Okay.
was Ninth Wonder and Give 'em Soul. It's called 147. Just a like
Okay.
jazzy instrumental album.
Hmm.
So it's really good not to hear any lyrics and have to digest anything and just be able to listen to music.
Yeah.
So I would say those three things are definitely worthy of being checked out amongst the 10 things I gave you last week.
Oh yeah.
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 So, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
You ain't let up too. Like a fucking
I'm giving the music, man. You don't gotta
god,
search.
goddamn fucking homework I had
Yeah, you
that.
do. You do. And I
to
doubt you
catch
did
up
it.
on.
Um, so, and I doubt you
Why
did it.
you why you doubting me, bruh? Come on, what we
Did you
doing?
listen to who did I give you last week? Did you go listen to that Blue?
Oh, you don't even remember.
I gave you so much. I
Okay.
don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
This
Did
whole
you go
week's been
listen
a
to that Blue?
blur.
You listen to Blue?
No, I didn't listen to Blue in Exile.
Jesus. All right. So
I didn't
Dead
listen to it.
Prez,
Come on.
147, Ninth Wonder and Give
Yeah.
'em Soul is the
Hmm.
album. Squeeze first single by Absol.
Nice.
Those are
Nice.
those are the best things I heard. What you
A
got?
solid little best thing you had,
Yeah,
kind of all
for sure.
stylistically, kind of in a certain zone.
I'm gonna start giving these niggas electronic in a minute because I've been listening to some shit that I'm really enjoying. So I'm gonna start throwing that
Yeah.
shit out in a minute. Yeah.
Oh shit, you better switch up on them too and everything.
Oh man, about to give him
Hey,
about to give it
you
to
know,
him. Pause.
hey yo, hey yo,
About to give it to him. Pause. No diddy. Okay.
pause, no Diddy,
It's regular baby
nasty.
oil over here. It's not gonna smell funny or
Uh,
feel funny or nothing.
uh, fucking pink cocaine or nothing like that. With all kinds of blue chews
Oh man,
and fucking
man.
Viagra and shit in it.
You think Chris Brown went to Diddy? All right, we'll get to that later.
Oh man,
All
this shit
right,
crazy. Life is crazy. We just
life is
life,
crazy. Hey,
life.
Cat
The
called
music industry, entertainment is just crazy. It's fucking
Cat.
crazy.
Cat Williams called it. He said it's the year of truth.
He
And
did. It
boy,
hasn't let up since.
I'm starting to think he orchestrating some of this shit. But anyway, that's a
For
that's a
real.
different conversation for a different
All
day.
right.
Best thing you heard.
All right. Best thing I heard. Thing that I lived with this really this weekend, I would say, but it definitely I think it superseded anything else that I was even considering bringing up as best thing I heard this week
Okay.
was that glorious album, that
Okay.
Glorilla, glorious.
Glorilla.
All right.
All
So I
right.
believe this is her debut album.
Yes. Everything else was a
Man,
mixtape, I guess.
hey, shout out Dochi. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna, what we saying right now?
Hey. All
Oh
right.
man, but that was definitely the best thing I heard, and not just one or two songs. Like the album itself, I really really enjoyed. I don't know if I necessarily knew um, what I was getting myself into. I put a respect on Glorilla's name because I've heard her on enough features or on songs where like I put her in this new wave of female rappers that are coming out right now that are just hitting hard, right? And so I was excited for the album because it's like a bit more of a take, like what's a full album look like from you, right? Got
Okay.
that from Lotto, right? What does that look like for you?
Yes. Yeah.
We got another one from Meg, so I'm able to just keep kind of building this, resume with all of them, or they're building their resumes in front of me. I'm able to
Okay.
see it all the time. So Glow did the same thing. I mean, man, she came in hard with the intro. I'm
Okay.
talking maybe hardest intro I've heard this year. And I'm
That's
not
saying.
speaking with hyperbole. I'm being
Okay.
for real. I'm being fucking for
Okay.
real.
All
Think
right.
about a harder intro. Once you listen to this fucking song, you're gonna be like, all right, I gotta think about intros now. All right.
Uh,
It's gonna be on our best of 2024. It's gonna be on our best intros.
all right. When we go back and do the knowledge, I might
Do the
call you out
knowledge.
on that.
You're gonna be like, remember when you said Glorilla had the?
Nah, I am going to
I
say
stand on
that
it. I
shit.
stand on it. That
All
shit
right.
is hard as hell. That shit is hard as hell.
All right. I'm not mad
It
at you. Hey.
harder than Lotto's intro.
Okay.
Harder
Okay.
than Dochi's intro. Harder than Schoolboy's intro. Harder than I'm going. I'll tell you, bro. I'll tell. I'm
All
not.
right.
Look, I'm not trying to gas it up that much, but okay. I had the opportunity to live with it. I think it also sat like it sounded good when I was in my house cleaning. We're all cleaning it. We're as a family. We're all cleaning. It sounded good in my car,
Okay.
right? It sounded good going to the car wash. It just sounded good in different places for me. Um, it's that real Memphis feel.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Yo Gotti and
I just came from Memphis a few weeks ago. Yeah, I
there
know
you
what's up.
go, right? Shout
Yeah.
out, right? So big respect to Memphis and everything that they're doing out there, and they have a very specific sound to them.
Yes,
Glorilla
they.
being a very big representation of that, and she killed it, bro. I mean, I just uh much to the point we were making when we were talking about Lotto and Dochi and all these women artists that were coming out and just like restoring a feeling in
Rhapsody.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Rhapsody, same thing, right? Just making you excited for that drop and making you excited to hear like what do you got, and then it actually delivering, right? Where it's not like that was okay, but like actually, if anything, even maybe being pleasantly surprised, right? Where you're like, oh shit, like this actually they came through. They came to work, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I want to give Glorilla that respect the same way we did with all those other artists, because not only did she put out a cohesive, good album, but she also put these features on this album, like Meg, like Lotto, right? To be like, we're gonna go bar for bar, song for song, and I would tell you right now, I'm gonna kill everybody. You know what I mean? So that was the approach, and it's just cool to see somebody approach their album, their music in this way. I think we talked about like, do rappers even think about it like competition anymore? Even if it's just healthy competition, like, do we like is that
No,
the majority of rappers now? And I think we
most
felt kind of like
rappers, most rappers bitch out of the competition. Go on.
another topic we're gonna get back to, huh? Another topic we're gonna get back
Yeah, I'll get back to that one
to.
for the
Oh man.
record. But
Oh, ooh. But just to harp on a little bit more, uh, she's just not afraid to go at it with the biggest women artists that are out there, the ones that she's being compared to, the ones that the media is trying to create some kind of narrative of her against this person, right? Fuck it, I'll have a Sexy Red on this song just to show you that I'm different than Sexy Red, but also like look at me, like look at what I'm doing here, right? So uh that was just the approach to the album. It was very like a concerted effort to do that on this album. So I felt um, I received it that way, and that was really cool. That was a really really charged up on this. I don't know if you could tell, really charged up on
I can
this.
see, man. You like, hey, this album's better than everything that dropped this year. Yeah, I feel it.
Not that whole album. I'm still putting Dochi up there. Like she's still up there. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Especially
Yeah,
amongst the women artists. But I might even put it above Lotto for me. Again, Lotto was very similar in terms of representing her sound, representing where she's from, right? Really paying homage to all those things, and I think Glorilla did the same thing. Even with the other features that she had on there were very Memphis centric, maybe even album mates that she had on that on those features that just paired well with her voice, right? And she just comes in hard. We know the Glorilla voice. It's a very like that's a hard, like it hits hard, so that's the whole album front to back.
Okay.
But I didn't get bored. I didn't feel like it felt too similar.
15 songs, not too bad.
Yeah, and it was an album. It wasn't just like a
Yeah, it wasn't.
mixtape. It was a debut, but
It
it
wasn't
gave
Ice
you a little bit
Spice.
of
It's
everything.
fucking 20 minutes of whatever the fuck that was. And I actually
Exactly.
enjoyed most of Ice Spice's album. Actually, believe it or not,
Isn't that crazy? Isn't
that
that
is crazy.
crazy? So what it feels like right now for me is, you know, we're using a lot of sports analogies. Maybe it's just because I've been watching a lot of sports, but uh, but it feels like this whole draft class is in their third or fourth year, and
Yeah.
like establishing themselves as the new class, the new wave, the new. These are the established stars, and they're coming forward to take over at least this part of the league, right? The men's side is still to be determined, and still there's a lot going on that side. But when it comes to the women's side, it's like this is this new wave of just changing the game, right? Like these
I'm gonna
stars are here to change the game.
I'm gonna make it political. It feels like black women have to save America again. Fuck's sake. Um,
Well, black women are saving music. I don't know if you realize that.
what they ain't saving? The children? Jesus fucking Christ. Niggas,
Exactly.
get off y'all ass.
Exactly. Like,
Shout
what
out
we
to
doing?
Glorilla. I'm gonna check it out. I did not check it out. I did see
Yeah.
it. I did add it. I just didn't
Yeah.
listen to it. I wasn't in the
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
So I will definitely check out Glorilla. You know how I feel about these female artists.
Hmm.
So if this project is as good as you say it is, then I'm excited for the listen.
Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to Glorilla. Shout out to everything. Shout out to her showing her range too, just in terms of the topics she was talking about, being able to approach different topics, being able to give you a hard hitting song, but still talk about some real shit. I appreciate that, and I just appreciate again what all these women artists are being able to present in their music, and it's just, man. If we didn't already say it enough, women artists have washed the men artists all year,
Hey, these women out here are
killing
killing the
it,
game right now. Respect,
killing it.
respect, respect. Rhapsody, Doechii, MC Light released a new album. Again, that's gonna sound a little too old for y'all, but respect.
Yeah,
Ice Spice, Meg came out with her
yeah.
album.
Meg,
Lotto, now Glow, Sexy Red has been doing her thing. Although she did cancel all her West Coast tour dates, I'm suspicious that niggas was not checking her tour.
well, they definitely were. I think that was the narrative that was going around that she wasn't able to sell out a lot of
Mhm.
certain areas of her tour. And
So
but
that's
still, shout out. It's just
shout out to Sexy out there doing her thing. So
yeah.
I wish the show was big enough to get some shit jumping off because I do want to know why Nikki ain't on here. But
Hmm.
um, Lotto, Sexy Red on here, Money Long's on here, Meg the Stallion's on here.
Right.
No Nikki, no Nikki. I'm just
No
saying.
Nikki, man.
Hey,
No
that
Nikki.
young money, that young money, cash money, OVO, y'all motherfuckers need to calm down. Niggas is not. I'm gonna put my foil hat on.
Once
The
again.
the
Once
industry is
again.
not fucking with y'all. Even though Nikki is eating, and I know she's out there doing shows, and I hope they're super successful. And that's somebody we actually haven't been mentioning as we've been throwing the names out there. Nikki is still doing her thing. She's still moving
Still.
out there.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. Safari, you fucking weird, bro. Like I don't know, that was
Yeah,
weird.
what were we doing, bruh?
Like
What were we doing?
um, okay,
Looking weird, acting weird, sounding
I'm
weird. It's
gonna I'm,
crazy, man. It's
I'm gonna
crazy.
say this, and then we're gonna. This is
Nasty
a
work.
perfect segue to our
Nasty
next
work.
segue. These men are out here acting like hoes, bro. I don't understand it right now. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Safari, that was some bitch assness, bro.
Yeah.
Some real bitch assness out there, and I don't understand what's gotten in the water that y'all niggas estrogen is just way too high. Okay. Y'all
Drinking too
motherfuckers
much
getting
milk.
y'all
Drinking too
motherfuckers
much
getting
milk.
real flaccid. That's all I'm saying. Getting real flaccid out there.
Oh man. Real flaccid.
Real
Real flubby,
flaccid.
man. Real flubby.
Real
I'm not liking
real
it.
real whiskey dick out there, man. Like get it together. Speaking of flaccid, I
Oh
wanted to
shit.
rehash J. Cole.
Oh my god. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
So look, I actually wanted to come back to this for just a little bit
All right.
for a couple of reasons. One, when we talked about it on Thursday,
Yeah.
um, or Wednesday, whatever day that was, we talked about it because the week has been a blur for me.
You gotta talk during the pod dates, it was Thursday.
It was Thursday. All right.
Shout out
Whatever day
Wednesday. Came out on Thursday.
All right. So whatever day that
Pull
was.
the
All
pull the screen back a little bit. All right, go.
right. We didn't talk a whole lot about the musicality and just the song in general. We kind of got into
Yeah,
the content. I had some feelings about the content. You had some feelings about how I felt about the content.
right.
Um, but I wanted to take a step back first and say that song is fire, right? Like that song is incredible.
It's fucking
Uh,
incredible.
it's fucking incredible, right? And when the beat first came on, I started bobbing my head, and then when it dropped and the bass came in and everything, and I was just like, oh, this is the J. Cole I've been fiending for since For
Yeah,
Your Eyes Only,
yeah.
right? Like this J. Cole is the J. Cole that I think we all knew and loved, the J. Cole that had him in that big three conversation, all of the
Hmm.
things, right? And
Yeah.
so like J. Cole is an incredible lyricist. He'll go down as one
Hmm.
of the greatest rappers of all time. Not the greatest,
Yeah.
but one of the greatest. You know what I mean? And like I can't say enough good things about the track itself. It was really good. And
Right.
I think that got lost in our conversation on Thursday.
Well, I think, yeah, I think the quality of the song got lost in all the discourse wherever you looked because uh, it was being mentioned in a lot of the discourse where it was like, this is a fire song. This is exactly what I wanted from J. Cole. Everyone was sounding off with that same kind of sentiment, but it consistently got back into the content of the last half of the second verse, right? And that's all anyone could talk about, and naturally so. I mean, how are you not going to talk about it, right? But it's so unfortunate because if we're only talking about the music, it got me so excited for the fall off, and it got me so excited for more music from J. Cole, right?
Hmm. Which I think
But
is what it
again,
was intended to do,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Um, I think this was intended to get us ready for the fall off. And if this is the J. Cole we're getting for the fall off, then really excited for that project. I think it'll be one of the best projects we heard from the on
yeah,
the men's side this year.
right.
Um,
It'll
and
help, you know.
it'll help the men get their shit together because we know we ain't getting Kendrick till next year. Drake thankfully hasn't dropped anything this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So musically it was really good. I think the reason that second verse devalued everything he did was
Hmm.
because I think from the apology we knew you were out,
Right.
and so be out,
Hmm.
right? And I think that's where it's coming from for me. My passion came from, again, I'm just tired of men right now. They're on some bitch assness. I understand why the women are dating each other and at home masturbating right now because you niggas is just not out here doing it for them, right? And I get it because you're out here lame, very lame. And the way that this shaped up was J. Cole started talking about the beef as if he was outside of the beef,
Hmm. Right.
right? He started talking about this big three narrative as if he didn't push forward this big three narrative,
Right.
right? Like, and now
Right.
it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You were in
Yeah.
this thing. You were part of the
Yeah.
problem. It wasn't a like, oh shit, had I jumped in there, niggas would have got mad at me. No, they were mad at you because you was in it. And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
your boo ain't talking to you right now, and now you're talking to your boo, and it's just like, baby, you mean so much to me, and you've done so much for me. Stop with the bitch
Right.
shit, right? Like that's what I
Right.
think. That's what I'm mad at for J. Cole.
You know, in thinking about it more, when we had first touched on this topic on Thursday, um, I had mentioned to you that one of the things that I didn't want to happen was Kendrick. If J. Cole would have stepped in and continued on with his side of the beef, that it would have felt like now I'm fighting a weakened Kendrick because he's also fighting Drake. And then I want my win to be like one on one, fresh. I don't want any excuses. I want it to be like if you really trust you and believe in you, you're like, I want him at his best. because I'm gonna be at my best, right? It's kind of how I described it the first time. But then it also, the more I think about just the narrative that was both created and perpetuated by all three of these guys,
Mm-hmm.
it's very clear to me that there's a version of this world where that did happen, and it's probably even crazier than what we got because when J. Cole stepped out of the beef, he let it be known um, that he himself was putting himself outside of what we then just call the big two, just Drake versus Kendrick, these two monsters, right? It's kind of like, okay, I'm off to the side. Hey, he kind of did that, and I think that's
Or
why a
he's
lot of
definitely
people
three,
felt
or he definitely solidified three.
right. He definitely solidified three, but it's like, where's that three? Right? It's like when you have I can't stop thinking of sports. It's like when you have two teams chasing first place, and then you just have like the third place team that's like they're gonna be third place and they'll make the playoffs, but like there's no way they're catching up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's just that's kind of how it felt. Um, and I think a lot of people's frustration came from that because J. Cole himself presented how he felt about himself without maybe fully saying it. He said it through his actions, and a lot of people, a lot of fans were disappointed in that because it was like, well, we all believe in you, and you showing that you don't believe in yourself. Like, what are we talking about right now? I feel stupid right now, right? That's how a lot of people felt, right? And I think, to your point, this is rehashing those feelings for a lot of people,
Well, it brought
right?
him up, and no one asked you to
Because
bring him up. Like we had moved
yeah,
on.
everybody was like, all right, we're moving on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you brought it up again. So I understand the frustration to Cole because it's like you're talking as if you didn't also throw the first punch in all of this after the
And
fact. Like, you know, like, it's
and
like
and
come
each
on.
of them talked about being like, so each of them acknowledged the big three, but each of
Yeah.
them talked about being the top, the first one of the
The
big
one.
three. Cole
Yeah.
said that many a times. That's why he started
Mhm.
featuring on a lot of commercial music and starting gaining a lot of commercial success. As I went
Mhm.
back and looked at J. Cole's discography, For Your Eyes Only, like was that's probably my favorite J. Cole project, while
Mhm.
2014 Forest Hills Drive is probably like right there, like,
Yeah.
close second. Um, and so you could hear a clear sound switch, right? Like there was a sonic switch and a cadence thing and everything that he switched to,
Mhm.
that he talked about on a lot, right? With the 21 Savage track.
Yeah.
And so you can hear that switch when he goes to KOD,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You hear
Yeah.
that switch when he goes to KOD. I haven't listened to the off season yet. Even though you
Right.
asked me to listen to it, I had
Yeah.
J. Cole has just dropped down my priority list for that bitch assness he pulled by backing out. And I was like, all right, I'll listen to
You
it.
should have listened to it when it came out. There's no
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I did not prioritize that album. So
Yeah.
so I still haven't listened to it. So I'm not gonna make any judgment on where it sits. But I
Right.
will say that throughout this time, he's been saying, I am the best, right? That's
Definitely.
even amongst J. Cole and Drake, right? And now we're speaking in hindsight because we know where the beef went,
Right.
right? Because we
Right.
know what ended up happening and we know who got washed and mopped up out of here.
Right.
Um, and so saying that you are now free when
Mhm.
for the past X years, insert the amount of years you want to reference for, you've been saying you are the best. So how free from what? A
Right.
thing that you were
Right.
actually participating in? Like this is
Mhm.
weird to me, right? Or
Yeah.
um even in that second verse where he's talking about, name a nigga with a better pen than me. I can name two niggas. You didn't want to battle either one of these niggas, right? Stop it, Cole, because I don't want
Mhm.
to hear this from you no more. Don't
Sure.
you're great, right? Name two
Mhm.
rappers better than me. J. Cole, or I'm sorry, Kendrick Lamar and Drake. This
Right.
whole
Well, again, we have to give credit to Drake and Kendrick because and even to Drake's point, he's always stood up to every kind of challenge, right? At least he's
yeah.
done that and gone and been like, I'm gonna rap. We're gonna go into a beef. We're gonna rap beef. I'm gonna go bar for bar with you, right?
He
He did it
stepped
with
up.
Kendrick.
I mean, that's
So that's worth something compared to this, right? Where it's like, well, you had the opportunity, and even if you felt like it was going in a different direction, it's like I don't know. It's just it's how you have to accept what comes with that when you step out of the race, pretty much, right? Which he
right.
did, and then again, the frustration is that you then come back around when it's all said and done, and then say all this, and the reasoning is kind of confusing to us as to why, right? Like because you succumbed to peer pressure, because you felt like everyone was asking this of you to address this or to clarify this. Is that why you did this? It's not too clear right now, or at least it's everyone has their assumption on it right now.
Well, like you told me way back when, like J. Cole could back out for whatever reason he wanted to back out for. I don't actually care about the reason because you were quitting, right?
Right.
So you were quitting because they were your friends. You were quitting because you heard this was about to get way messier than you were up for. You were quitting
Yeah.
for it didn't sit right in your spirit. You were quitting
Right.
for a number of reasons. You that the reasons aren't inconsequential.
Yeah.
The thing is, you stepped into the ring. You threw a punch,
Right.
right? We can discuss how clean that punch landed and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
you didn't just throw a punch, you threw the first one
Yeah.
in this beef, right? And then after you did that, saw your punch had no effect, you were like, I gotta get the fuck out of this ring, right?
Right.
And so you then can't 5 months later release a song saying, I got both my homies blood on me. No, my guy, you left the party before the
Right.
two homies that was getting ready to come fuck this party up came to fuck this party up. You left the party. You
Right.
came and they was like, "Hey, you know Kendrick and Cole is or Kendrick and Drake are coming." And then you were like, "All right, man. Well, I just came to drop this present off. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. Hey, I'm gonna catch y'all later." You got out of there.
Yeah.
Then the shit happened. The party got fucked up, and then you was like, see, that's why I had to leave the party, man, because I just didn't want to get my homie's blood on me. You didn't get shit on you, nigga. You left. You don't get to claim to be at the party now.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that line to me, right? The way he presented it was about saying like um like he felt like like the aftermath is I things aren't as they once were. But then in my mind I thought about, well, they were already not like that. Like you guys weren't friends for a long time. This wasn't 2013. Like it's been a long time, or 2011, whatever it was when you guys were like fucking with each other through the
Right,
industry.
right.
So again, a word that I heard used a lot in describing Cole's approach to this is like naive, and having a naive approach to this. Because again, you're letting us into how you view things, and it's hard for us to believe that you genuinely believe some of the things that you're saying, and it's all coming through a little bit disingenuous, and a little bit naive, and it's hard for us to believe that you are actually being naive. It's more so you just presenting that way to save
Present that,
face,
yeah.
right? And that's kind of just my updated feelings from when we first talked about it, because I think when we first talked about this song, I was standing on the side of defending the song because I thought it was a good song.
It's an excellent song.
So much that it was like thinking about like more and more just how these things present what he's saying in the second verse, like how it presents, and it's like, well, you know, where am I supposed to take this? Like where do you even want me to take this, right? If I was trying to be on your side, how am I supposed to receive this, right? It's kind of hard. I get it. I get why it's hard for a lot of people to vibe with what he's saying, because it's like it doesn't serve anyone or anything, and it seems like it's going into this route of just being kind of cloudy.
Well, you said that you said you were out, and I think one of the things that you said to me,
Mm-hmm.
because the point I was making was, in this case, there is no Switzerland. You can't be Switzerland.
Right.
Drake and Kendrick can't both be your boys because one of them
Yeah.
is going to not be fucking with you. And it turns out that Drake is super tight about what has happened, what has transpired over the last few months, and
Yeah.
is at least trying to make the circle as small as he can.
Mhm.
And it sounds like J. Cole, maybe you're on the outs based on, us
Hmm.
just reading tea leaves. Obviously, we don't know anything about anything because we don't know. But um, the point I was trying to make to you earlier in the week was um, J. Cole could only be like in the middle if he hadn't been involved in the conversation. He was
Yeah,
involved in the
yeah,
drama, and now
hmm,
he's trying to talk to us like we didn't just watch
hmm,
what the fuck happened, right?
right,
He's talking to us like this all happened behind the scenes, and now he's giving his version of the situation, and it's like, nigga,
right,
that's not what, and
hmm,
that's where the song got lost. If he takes out that last, like, however long, like the beginning of the second verse is fine. It's when he starts talking about the beef and why he
right,
backed out and everything that
right,
everyone is losing it. And so now we can't hear the song because you did the thing, and I said this earlier in the week. You did the thing that everybody who has any affiliation to Kendrick and Drake is doing right now, which is clout chasing to make, because they have an album coming out,
right.
right? Or had an album coming out. In Lupe's case, he was way on the Drake side because for some reason he does not fuck with Kendrick at all,
Yeah,
right? Despite what he says, like, you can show me better than you can tell me, Lupe. So if you keep talking shit about Kendrick, but you keep telling me you don't have no problem, which one am I supposed to believe, right? Um,
oh
so
man,
and Lupe did that. Why? Because the Samurai Tour was coming out. The album had came
yeah,
out already, and it was one of
yeah,
my favorite albums. Would have been one of the best albums I heard this year. But
yeah,
I lost so much respect for Lupe during that time. Like, I was like, I don't even listen to that fucking album no more. I can't remember. Samurai is the best song on that album. I can't remember no other fucking song on that whole album. Is what Lupe
right,
did, right?
right,
And then who was the next one who came out? Big Sean. Okay, so Big Sean, you trying to come out with your Mr. Morale, which you failed at doing, right? Because it was not Mr. Morale level at all, right? And tried to leverage this Kendrick shit to get the clout out, like, so people would go
yeah,
listen to you. So we all initially go listen to your album. We all determined we either like the first half or the second half, but not the album.
hmm,
And then we all
yeah,
promptly stopped listening to your album because you used this
yeah,
clout, and you went up, jumped on the Drake side
yeah,
as well. J.
right,
Cole is now the third person to reference this beef on the heels of an album
hmm.
rollout, we believe. I mean,
Well,
you know what I
you
mean?
know, it's
And he jumped on the Drake side again. Like, he's jumping on the Drake side again. He's the
right.
third person to do this.
Yeah, well, I'm still, I still think that it's left to be determined where if he even is on a side anymore. Because I know that it comes off that way, but through everything that he's done both ways, where he's been trying to play both sides, at the end of the day, it it's led him to this point where you are on no side, right? Which is ironic. It's very ironic how everything's kind of played out with J. Cole because he is the one person out of anybody else in the game, I would say, honestly, anyone else in the game where he is able to, he could have easily have been like, well, I can't go over here and I can't go over here, but I can be self sufficient. Like if we're talking countries, he's like, I don't need either one of you guys. Like neither one of you guys affects my trade. Neither one of you guys can put tariffs on me. Like that's fine, right? And that's the case. He's self sufficient in that way. He doesn't need Drake and he doesn't need Kendrick,
I agree.
right?
He
And in
was one
that
of the
sense, right? He one of the people who could stand on his own and create his
right.
own narratives, right?
He's one of the big
So
three.
exactly, right. So to that same point, he would have been able to do this, and I think it's unfortunate because I feel like there's no way for this song and this approach that he took to not be attached to his rollout now, right? So for all intents and purposes, right? Like no matter what you're saying, and maybe he might even be addressing things that we don't know about. But all we
Mhm.
know is what we see, right? And because you're a public figure, right? We only see everything that you show us, right? And we don't hear about the things you don't tell us about, right? So if that's the case, then we're taking it this way, and we're only going to be able to take it as you're using this as a rollout for your album, right? Which is called the fall off. So now what's going on here? You know what I mean?
It's really,
You know what I mean?
to be really
So
apropos. It's whack, and we're like, okay, so this nigga really fell off. That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy. Is that why you were pandering to Drake? You
Yeah.
needed a stimmy, right? Um,
So
I don't think it's a clout chase. I want to believe it's not a clout chase because I believe again, J. Cole, one of the best lyricists, one of the best song makers out there.
right,
Yeah, everybody still wants him. He's still on hella features, right? Like, so it's not
right,
like his popularity has gone down or anything like that. And just like Drake, he's going to be all right
yeah,
if he does what I'm suggesting for Drake as well. Go sit your ass down. Let
hmm
Kendrick do what he's doing over the next X months because this
hmm
nigga's about to roll through a Grammy right into the Super Bowl, right into an album release, right
right,
into a tour. So just
right,
go chill out for a while, let Kendrick do his thing, and do yours in between that or around that or however you have to do it. But we know that right now Kendrick is the sun, right?
hmm
And corporate America is putting all their money behind this.
right,
Rap's interest is what Kenny is dropping. Um, Drake can't seem to stay out of his own fucking way, and I
hmm
don't want J. Cole to succumb to that where he can't
right,
stay out of his own way. Like, just don't rap
right.
about this no more,
Yeah.
and stop saying you're the best because you can't. You're not because you're not.
I think the more I think about it, the more I go to feeling like he's been overthinking his approach as he leads up to the fall off, because maybe again, maybe the fall off has a lot of content where he's trying to establish like I am the best, right? And obviously all this stuff transpired to kind of put you out of that conversation and make it harder for people to receive that type of music from you, right? That's been the narrative. And so I wonder if part of this song was to be like, this is me addressing that to be able to move forward. But really, all it did is kind of, as I've seen through the discourse, kind of made you take even another step back, right? And at least for me, I would have been able to accept whatever you gave me, even talking like you're the best, uh, if you wouldn't have addressed anything else. If you
Mhm.
would have just gave me that apology at the end where you said, at where was I think it was at Dreamville,
Dreamville.
right at Dreamville Fest, or yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you would have just left that there and cool, I don't know. I guess he felt like again I gotta also apologize to Drake, and it's just like I don't know if I needed that. I don't know if I needed anything in
I,
general, but
and if he did need to apologize, and I know I'm a Drake hater, and so it feels like I'm shitting on
yeah,
him for apologizing to Drake. I'm actually
right,
not shitting on him for apologizing to Drake. If he's Drake friend, then fuck. Drake got friends. Like the fuck, 40's his friend, right? Like Boy Wonder.
yeah.
Drake got friends. Like I'm not. I don't give a fuck about that.
People that we
What
fuck with are Drake's friend, right? Like
are Drake friends?
division,
Yeah,
that
like
is
they signed
right.
an OVO. They're not gonna be out here talking shit about Drake. Like it's fine.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't actually care about that. What I care
right.
about is onto my topic sentence about Safari and his bitch assness. What I care about is these men being on bitch assness, right?
Right.
And I'm like, if that's your man, if that's
Mhm.
your homie, that's your dude who you've been down with, who you want to
Yeah.
be down with, who's done so much for you, you don't need to
Uh-huh.
release a song to tell this nigga you sorry. Hit him up and tell him you're sorry,
Yeah.
right?
Just be
And
real.
tell him that be real. And we don't ever have to hear the song. We don't have to hear the verse. You and
Mhm.
Drake pop out with a track. We know y'all good. Like we don't need the
Right.
verse. Just
Right.
go do the work and get back in his good graces if that's something you really
Right.
trying to do. But doing it
Right.
in a song tells me a few things. One, Drake is still super tight about this shit, and you got to tell the whole world that
Mhm.
you still on his side. And
Mhm.
two, this nigga sounds like he's not fucking with you because you had to go tell the whole world that he's done so much for you, which he then
Yeah.
liked because he's a bitch. And so you know what I mean. So he then goes on social media. I like it. So now we're like, oh, okay, Drake liked the drop, so they must be cool, right? That's the game we're playing. You look like two hoe ass niggas. That's all I'm saying with
It
this shit.
just, I think having the week to have thought about it, right? And then my ending statement is just um for me as a fan of J. Cole, I think I expect the most authenticity in his way from him, right? And all this has felt at first it felt like, okay, well, that's a J. Cole thing. That's him being him, and now it like that's him being real, and now it feels like he's not being real, and so
Just
that's
feel
probably
inauthentic.
the biggest part that I think where the disappointment lies in all this is just it feels like you're not being real, and you stand on this whole thing about being real, and I think he tried to approach what he was saying in that way, and I can receive certain parts of it that way, but it's so muddied with um certain backtracking and certain like
Hmm.
overlapping of ideas and of presenting like that you can have pretty much you can have your cake and eat it too, and you can't. And now you're in this place now you're in this state of being right now where it's like probably made it even worse than it needed to be.
Yeah, you're in the
So
zone. You're in the
yeah,
zone. The last thing I'll say about it is, I want J. Cole to make really great music. Like, again,
yeah,
like I said at the top, this track is actually really good.
hmm,
And I think it was just a misstep on the way he chose to handle it by
right,
by giving us that the second half of that second verse, right?
right,
But if he didn't give us that, we would be like, oh man, I can't wait for the fall off. And so I'm
right,
trying to, as I got the chance to digest and have feelings about this, I'm trying to
hmm,
just focus on that track was fire. I hope this is the J. Cole that I'm getting on the fall off. It
hmm.
is going to be annoying if he talks about being the greatest that whole album, because I'm sure a lot of this music was made prior to the
Well,
beef or made around it. But it'll be annoying. But if it's good, then I'll say it's good and we'll talk about the content, right? Just like
it's
with
hard
this
for me
song.
to see it like it wouldn't be that because of the title of the album. But then I also wonder, he did a lot of that on the off season and on his features, and so I wonder if it's like him. He's got to go to something else, right? It's what I hope, but
If
maybe
it
not.
was
What I
me,
know.
if it was me,
Hmm.
I would play into this whole fall off. Like I would talk about how everybody thinks thought I fell off since the beef. Like
Well, I
I
think he's
wouldn't talk
been
about
kind
the
of
beef. I wouldn't talk about the
yeah,
beef specific.
right.
I would just lean into falling off and the various ways he's done that. Whether he's fell off of trying to be a commercial success, whether he's fell off
Hmm.
of a bunch of other stuff. Like I would, you know what I mean. But don't address the beef. Don't say shit about this beef.
I have to assume that that's some kind of thing. But even if I take the way he approached the off season, it was like this is the off season. But then he came with like the hardest songs he's ever come with, like in any like sequential album. It was just like the hardest album he's ever put out. So it's like I am to expect you're gonna do that. You're gonna do this is the title of the album, but I'm gonna do the opposite of what you're hearing from that album title. But it's like he just made it like harder on himself. But maybe he wanted this pressure. I don't know. Maybe he wanted this pressure where it's like do or die. That's the only way I'm gonna get my pen out to to be what it has to be. It's like, all right, well, I don't know.
Sort of a weird
So
way to push yourself. But all right, if that's what he did. So me and the wife, I'm a hard transition away from J. Cole. J. Cole, get it together, bro. Um, my hard transition. Me and the wife were watching. We were just sitting here chatting, and as I was scrolling through the news reels,
hmm,
Chris Brown got a documentary coming out.
apparently,
So
apparently,
what I was like, I got to talk to Nene about this. This is because this has been
right.
something in me that I have felt like I felt good for a while
Yeah,
ago because I
hmm,
had personally canceled Chris Brown,
hmm,
right? Like I was like, the Me Too movement happened, and I was like, you know what, I can't be out
yeah,
here supporting men who prey on these women in various ways, and Chris Brown was one of those men.
right.
Love his music. Nigga could dance like there's no tomorrow, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And makes great music, and he's not better than Michael Jackson. Tank, fuck you. But he is really good though. He's really, really
yeah,
good. Excellent,
yeah.
excellent, excellent musician, excellent artist, excellent dancer, and all this stuff. But we just gonna act like he ain't out here terrorizing women, right? We just gonna act like he ain't out here doing that. And
Hey man,
I don't know that he is out here doing it like on the nightly, like he's just out here like a fucking serial killer or some shit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I was feeling really bad. Like, I need to get this nigga out. And then what changed my mind is her gave him a verse. And I was like, well, hold on. I really like her. She's really great. She's
Yeah.
an extremely talented human being
Yeah.
and probably a lovely person as well. I
Yeah.
was like, why did, okay, well, I mean, shit, if Chris Brown could get a verse from her, I don't know why I'm not out here popping and locking this shit. Like, why the fuck am I? Why the
Yeah.
fuck am I? Why do I gotta deprive myself? But
Right.
now the documentary's coming back out. Do I gotta go fucking the Chris Brown playlist I'm making right now? I gotta go delete that
Mhm.
shit because the
Yeah.
document that
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's gonna kill all that, and I gotta delete my Chris Brown playlist now. What the fuck is going on, man?
Hey, man. Hey. You should have just kept that shit in the fucking in the archive, bruh. It's going back there right
Prez,
now. I'm telling you right now.
man,
It's not looking
we
good,
got
man. It's looking
until
like,
October 27th
ugh, yeah.
before
Get it in right
fucking
now before it's too late. No Diddy.
yeah before. Yeah, everybody get it in. No Diddy. Fuck no Diddy. I so are women in the music industry safe now? That's what I want to know. Or in entertainment, I should say. Are they safe?
Yeah.
Or is this
Yeah.
still a problem?
Right. Right. Right.
That's what I'm
Right.
because
Right.
I also feel like this because I do this too. When the DV stuff happens,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, well, why Chris Brown ain't got his comeuppance, right? And
Yeah.
I can understand if I'm Chris Brown, or I'd be like,
Yeah.
what? Why do this shit don't got nothing to do with me,
Right.
right? And
Right.
so I'm trying to figure out now: are women in the entertainment industry safe? Because if the answer to that is no, then let's get all the rest of these niggas out of here too.
Right.
Because
Right.
we're getting ready to I imagine they're getting ready to crucify the shit out of Chris Brown in this documentary.
About to be crazy. About to be testimonials, and
Oh,
it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. You know
what
what I
is we
mean?
gonna do? What is we gonna do? 1111 was excellent. The album was fucking fire, man. Am I supposed to just
Hey
put
man.
that shit away? Even the deluxe
Hey man.
version was fire.
Hey man. It's gonna hit you harder than it's gonna hit me. I'm just gonna be like, all right, well,
Yeah, that's gonna be a rough. I imagine that's like some fucking 7-part documentary or some dumb shit they're gonna do
oh
to drag
shit,
this
it's better
shit
be.
out, right? Like it ain't gonna just be like an hour and then we get out of there. Like, no, they're about to
Nah, no
fucking tear
way.
this man down.
They better do some. It better be some nasty work on the production. That's all I know.
He's on a
Yeah,
world tour right now, though, Nene. That's the thing I don't understand. Like,
yeah.
how do we get this documentary while this man is out on a world tour and everybody is loving his music?
Hey, R. Kelly was on tour when his documentary came out, so I ain't saying
Yeah,
shit.
but R. Kelly wasn't putting out like new music. R. Kelly was on tour
Yeah,
doing his old shit,
right, right,
right? Like
right.
R. Kelly was like, all right, we're not getting like he was. Chris Brown arguably is still in his prime of like relevance and music making and all of that stuff. He's still
Yeah,
very relevant.
yeah,
Like it was niggas my age and older that was fucking with R. Kelly. Y'all niggas wasn't fucking with R. Y'all wasn't stepping in the name of love, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was. And then I was like, yeah, we knew he did that shit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We knew who did that shit.
Well, the same way that Chris Brown did this shit too. At least 2 out of the 3 that are like the big ones. You know, I mean, it's like, yeah, nah, you did that shit.
I mean, God damn. Okay.
It's
I
like
just
we
wanted to
know he
bring that
did
up.
that shit, but did you see that backflip he did on beat?
That's
Like,
what
come
I'm
on, bro.
saying. Like, look, I was at work when the Rihanna shit happened. And then one of my coworkers, she came up to me. She was like, "You hear about Chris Brown and Rihanna?" And I was like, "No, what happened?" And it was like he beat the shit out of her. I was just like, "What are you talking about right now?" Because this is young Chris Brown. This is baby face Chris Brown. and they showed me the pictures of Rihanna, and I was like, "What in the literal fuck are we? What is happening right now?" Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as we go through the years, the various alleged cases and all the things, right? And I'm just like,
Right.
how did we get here where this man is, according to some people, the best R&B artist to ever live,
Yeah. They do
right?
say that.
They do say that.
Yeah.
To the industry is somehow let a documentary get greenlit on this motherfucker.
Hey, the industry hasn't been fucking with Chris Brown for a while.
Well, how is he so
So
popular?
because when you're that talented, it don't matter. It gets out somehow. You know what I mean? It gets out somehow. You know what I
The
mean?
reason, okay, so I know this is like a me thing, right? I know you're kind of out on this, but the reason this has
Yeah.
me fucked up, the reason this has me fucked up is because there there is clearly an industry push to at least diminish Drake. Not to
Right.
move him out. You still make money on that product,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's definitely not something we want to continue
Yeah.
investing
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Right.
What So if the previous shit wasn't enough for the industry to be like, let's get this nigga out of here, what has happened that now is the time to get Chris Brown up out of here?
Have they not like gotten him up out of here though? Like in the sense
No,
of
no.
in the sense of what would I say? You know, it's like when we talk about canceling, especially nowadays. You know, because canceling is it's weathered now. There's a different type of way that it
Yeah,
all plays out now. But like when somebody gets canceled, like you can only cancel them as much as we now know you can get canceled maybe from new fans, but it doesn't mean that all the fans you made aren't gonna still love all the shit that you do and aren't gonna stand by you through some shit, right? Because at the end of the day, man, I love this shit. Like I love this fucking this song. I can't let go of this album. The whole thing you're just telling me right now, right, is that
yeah.
experience that people have where we're able to do mental gymnastics. And this is a topic of a larger conversation that we once had, and I don't even think that conversation ever came out. It was
No,
a little
yeah,
too
it was a little
risque.
too, a little too risque.
Yeah, it was a little
I
too crazy.
I'm looking at Chris Brown's discography right now.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
He has a self-titled debut album, Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, no, that was a single. So self-titled debut album, Chris Brown. Then he had exclusive. Again, this is
Mm-hmm.
we love Chris Brown, right?
This is
Um,
wow, Chris
this
Brown.
this is man, Chris Brown. He's going to be the next one,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not going to remember the year the Rihanna thing happened, but we had Graffiti,
Was that
which
like?
me and your
Okay, go
sister
ahead. Go ahead.
really enjoyed that album. Like we'd be listening to that shit. We'd be in the car, mm, mm, right?
It's
Um,
hilarious. Yeah.
and then we had Fame. And
Mm-hmm.
that was probably the peak of my Chris Brown fandom at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then he came out with Fortune, which I don't even remember. Um,
Wait, do
so
we know
yeah,
what year Fortune is?
2012.
That's about around that time. It's about
Okay,
around that time, right? Because wasn't yeah, I'm not gonna try to play the
yeah,
guessing
I
game
don't
either,
remember. Go
but I want to say it was around that 2010, like 20.
so around the Fame Fortune album because Graffiti came out in 2009, and then
Yes,
so
like
maybe it was
right after
around
Graffiti,
Fame
and
situation,
so that's around your time of like really like that's probably why you had that reaction. Like, what are you talking about right now?
right?
Yeah,
So okay, so we have that, and then an album that I really liked and felt really bad for liking because now we're reaching peak Chris Brown fuckery.
yeah.
Um, X. I
Oh yeah,
really like
yeah.
that album, and I'm like,
Well,
I feel
who
bad
doesn't
about
like
this.
X? Who doesn't
That's
like X?
a good album, right? Like,
That's rough.
goddamn.
See,
And I feel like this album, we all were like, I mean, we know, but
but
you
did you
know,
hear it? Did you
but
listen
did you
to the
hear the
music?
album? I mean,
Hey,
I'm
we
like,
ain't
damn,
shit, bro. We ain't
we
shit as
ain't
a society.
shit.
We ain't shit.
We ain't shit. Then he came out with the album. I don't know what that is. Royalty after his daughter was born. Which
Royalty.
I heard a lot of people really like that album. I didn't really give it a run, so I don't know.
It's,
Heartbreak of a Full Moon.
Royalty feels like the time of like the resurgence.
Okay.
Like in terms of what I think of Chris Brown now, it started at Royalty in this
Okay.
iteration because he started to do that thing where it's like it's been enough time, okay, like the whatever you thought about me here, like I am now this person kind of thing. Like he was trying to do that there.
But that's the interesting thing about this, because if as I'm looking at these releases and the dates they were released, there
Yeah,
was no time.
yeah,
This man has been putting out music basically every year
yeah.
for since 2005, like almost every year or every other year since 2005, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because after Royalty, you got Heartbreak in 2017, you got Indigo in 2019, Slime
Uh,
and B came out in 2020, Breezy came out in 2022, 1111 came out in 2023. There's
mm-hmm.
not been a time where this man just like went and sat down and didn't do music and he was out of the limelight. And
Yeah.
if the industry was trying to move him out, this nigga has like 3, 4, 5, 12, 15 fucking albums out. And we
Yeah.
know about all of them. That's my problem. Like it's one thing for us to be like, oh shit, Chris Brown released that album. No, we know about all these fucking albums. These are commercial
Right.
successes, right? Like,
Right.
and so the thing that's got me fucked up right now because my tin hat goes on
Okay.
is
Okay.
what's going on
Yeah.
that Drizzy Drake,
Mm-hmm.
the king of album sales,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and Chris Brown, the king of R&B, apparently, right,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
like the what's going on there right now. The industry is green lighting some shit that is realistically going to at least take them down a peg at minimum. For Chris Brown, it
Right.
could do some bad shit. For Drake,
Right.
it's feel they were like, nigga, you need to go sit down.
Right. Well, okay. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The analogy I can find right now, right? This is gonna full circle. I can't. I'm sorry. I got a sports mentality right now. You know when some bullshit play out with a with a player, and you be like, "That's wild. What are you talking about right now?" Especially like it be happening in football like, all the time.
I see football a lot. I know exactly.
In football a lot. You know exactly where I'm going. Okay, I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna name names.
I
Look
see
at
football all
every team is guilty of it too. That's the other thing. You think your team's not guilty of it?
the time.
Go do some fucking research, right?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Gave that man
I know.
230 guaranteed. Go on. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so crazy because it'd be like dudes that are actively like on trial, fighting for their life. But we're gonna let you run out on this field. Like that's crazy. That's
It's
fucking crazy.
crazy. It's crazy.
They like these owners be saying it to your face, and then we just all accept it. Like, oh, well, I
I
got my draft
mean,
pick set up, so
I, I owe him 230. I got to get him out there and see what he can do. You know,
it's fucking crazy.
I
But
got to be able to see what he can.
to that point, right? It's like they look at it like how much of a slap on the wrist can it be? Can we get away with? All right. And I don't know, maybe the music industry looked at Chris Brown like that. Like, look, Rihanna, we can get you out of this. Like, we're gonna put you guys courtside together at the Lakers game, and maybe that'll help. It's just like, what? What are we doing right now? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I do know what you mean. I don't know. I brought that up because me and the wife were talking about it, and I
Yeah,
was
man.
just like, I'm really confused right now because there is definitely some motion behind your favorite artist to get them to fuck up
Right,
out of here, and I'm
right,
just trying to understand what that's about.
right,
You
right.
know what I mean? So,
I get
I
it.
mean,
I get it.
Diddy did this to himself. Like, Diddy's another one. We've been knowing. We've been knowing for a while. We've been knowing. I mean,
Diddy's different though, because we've
I
been
didn't know
knowing
this
for a
nigga had
long time.
1,000 bottles of baby oil that smelled funny and was
Yeah.
weird to the touch, right? Like I didn't know that.
I didn't know
But
Ciroc was making,
I didn't know Ciroc
was
made
adding the zest. I didn't know that. I might
I
have not
know
known that.
Ciroc made you sus. Dame, stop talking, please.
Yeah, they be wilding, bro. Would Duce do the same thing too?
Fucking Duce is fire too. Ah, man, I had some Duce, and then I realized you were getting drunk. Is that what happened?
my inhibitions were lowered, and it's
Yeah,
like, bro, that might be a thing with you, bro. Like, you're not
yeah.
addressing that inside of you. They
I
like
noticed.
whenever you drink, you get like a little.
Yeah, like I noticed. Like I was drinking alcohol, and then I was looking at this nigga's dick. Like, well, I don't know that.
Maybe that's just you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe you got some latent feelings that you need to release, bro. It's okay. It's 2024. Ain't nobody giving a fuck
yeah,
about that
yeah. It's the time, it's the place, bro.
no
It's just
more.
I found it hilarious that he was saying that, and I was like, is
Bro,
nobody else looking at this shit? Like, maybe this is
dang,
just Dame.
this nigga's staying. He got to stay in the news until that shit gets sold. So he's doing whatever he can to stay relevant, so we don't forget about him.
He's saying whatever, bro. It's crazy.
He's saying
It's
whatever. He's
crazy.
saying whatever. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna be glued to the TV and I'm gonna be talking about that shit too. So if you don't want to hear about it after October 27th, you may not want to
Man,
listen because I'm gonna be glued to the
man.
television on this shit.
We're gonna do like a live reaction if we can. If it's coming out
Uh,
in episodes, like week by week, oh, you best believe
oh man, yeah, we
it's gonna be a segment.
bruh, I don't, man. Hey, if Chris Brown is on the up and up, hopefully everything's cool. Hopefully, shout out to the women who are out there not feeling safe, need to be
Right.
heard and seen.
Yeah, man.
This particular podcast hears and sees you. Fuck these niggas.
Yes.
I will delete all the Chris Brown albums for a little while. And then I'm going to come back because he's got a couple of jams. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. But I'll delete him in solidarity for a while.
Oh my god.
So I still ain't deleted all R. Kelly albums. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about this shit. Okay. Still listen to James Brown. That shit is fire. So I don't know. I don't know what you niggas.
That's a people aren't even gonna know. They had to do research about James Brown. They didn't even know.
It's been happening for a while,
know.
is my point, and
Yeah.
I just don't know how do we get away with not listening to very fine music. To Tank's point.
Yeah.
So, speaking of sports analogies, congratulations to the Dodgers for giving us all a fucking heart attack.
Hey yo, that shit. Oh my god.
Now the Dodgers are your team primarily. I'm jumping on the bandwagon because of your
Yes. Welcome.
right?
Welcome. Well, they are the Dodgers are my ride or die, right? In terms of we all have our
what
ride
the
or die
Lakers are
team.
for
That is exactly right. Through thick and thin, through when they're shitty and when they're doing great, right? It doesn't matter.
Yes.
I am going to support, right?
Now there was something I saw toward the end of that game.
What'd you see?
I saw Kike Hernandez and someone else. I don't know who.
Was it Teoscar or was it somebody else? I think it was Teoscar.
It was one of them motherfuckers, and it was
the two Hernandezes.
Yeah, they were two Hernandez, and if it was both of them, right? I saw them do this like hump celebration where they like touch dicks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that a thing? Like, is that a what?
Bro,
the fuck
that is a thing that happens all the time. It is not new. Welcome to the club.
Wait, first of all, so it happens like the Dodgers do it, or like they do it in baseball?
The Dodgers do it. The Dodgers do it specifically. Kike does it specifically. But that is not the only sus celebration that we have on the team. Okay, we also have the sunflower shootout. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Mookie Betts, that where they just throw sunflowers.
Mookie Betts just takes it to the face every time he hits a home run. Shout out Mookie.
Boss, no dig.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right.
Shohei in there, getting paid $700 million. He over here doing some stuff too. It's crazy, But if we winning, that's all I care about. That's all I care about.
I just got on this. So for me, this is like when you get on a bandwagon and then you look in there and they're like, expecting you to do the shit that they be doing, and you're like, I'll get off this fucking bandwagon. I mean, like that's just no disrespect, no problems. It's just that's not my cup of tea. Is this what's going on over here? And
the funniest thing is just because the hump was on primetime television. That's why.
Oh
that's why. It's because
it
was front dead center. Yeah. Oh man, that shit was so funny.
Bruh, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
Oh man.
What are we talking about right now? Is this what happens? This happens on the Dodgers?
Oh man, I think it was a moment. Kike himself had a lot of moments that game. Yes, after the game too. He was on one. He was on one for sure.
He was touching dicks with everybody that night.
He was out here.
Well, so I guess the rules are you can, especially if you're in the same bed, you can go pole to pole.
Hey yo,
you can go hole to hole, but you can't go pole to hole. So as long as that's not yeah, you gotta sleep head, toe, something like that. You just gotta make sure. You gotta make sure it's not.
You just gotta
hole to hole.
You gotta sardine it. You can't fucking,
Oh no, yeah, there ain't no fucking big and little spoons over.
Nah, bro.
Unless that's your thing. If that's your vibe, then vibe out. Like I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying.
Oh man,
it's a little weird for me to see on national TV two grown ass men who aren't in love with each other, touching dicks after a home run or a run or whatever the situation was.
Hey man, that's called team chemistry. All right, that's what that is.
Team chemistry is what you mean.
Hey yo. Hey man.
Pause, no Diddy.
My guys ain't afraid to express themselves. All right.
Well, good for them. Good for them. Shout out to the Dodgers. I hope they make it all the way. I just joined the team.
Yes, sir.
I am I'm a recovering Angels fan, and I say recovering because the Angels are a fucking crack house, basically. Shohei got the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? But I had to get. I've been since I was a young boy watching Chili Davis. I've been an Angels fan, and I had to.
Dang, Chili Davis is a crazy pull. I don't know if you've seen these videos where they just put random sports pools in the middle or anything like that. I think you've seen that trend. Chili Davis. We'll put Chili Davis right here. That's crazy. That's fire. Not a lot of people know about Chili Davis. That's crazy.
That's how long I've been an Angels fan, and I couldn't stand their fuckery anymore. And so then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go over here to the Dodgers. And as soon as I do that, these motherfuckers over here touching dicks, celebrating. I'm like, well, I mean, that's not my vibe. So I'm gonna go ahead. I support them and everything they want to do, but I'm gonna go back over here to the crack house. I think that's more my vibe.
The Angels wish they could touch dicks. They got no reason to touch dicks.
They got no reason to touch dicks. That is for sure. Everybody put your dick away. Okay.
What are you doing with your dick out? What are you doing with your dick out?
Actually, frowned upon at the Angels Stadium.
Like, what are you doing?
All right, shout out. We ain't winning. We ain't winning shit. Put your dick away. That's only for winners. It's only for wieners.
Come on, man.
All right.
Shout out to wieners.
Talking about wieners.
Talking about wieners.
All right.
How you feel about your Lakers, man? How you feel about your, your preseason shenanigans going on with Bronny and LeBron? How do you feel about this legacy, man? Come on, let's talk about it.
Okay, first of all, talk about no dick touching going on. Okay, so the Lakers definitely aren't winning enough to do that. And now that Bronny's on the team, there could be no dick touching going on. No, there ain't rubbing dicks on the Lakers. One, they don't win. Two, that's weird. The Lakers are triggering for me because LeBron getting his son on the team angered me so much that I canceled cable so that I cannot watch them. And I haven't watched a single preseason game. I have no idea how well Bronny's doing. And I didn't want to be fucking gaslit all year. Like my lying eyes are watching Bronny suck at basketball, at professional basketball, while they're telling me he's doing real well in practice and all kinds of dumb shit they're going to be telling me all year. When I
Yeah.
know this little nigga is only on this team because his dad runs the fucking team,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Am
Hey,
I a
but
fan of?
Abe, come on, man.
I mean, it's fucked up, bro. I've seen too many unqualified white people get jobs they don't deserve because they mommy or daddy. I've seen too many sneaker drops go to the VP son because he's selling sneakers at the back of his fucking car, right? And I can't get no fucking Jordans, you know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
overall, I don't like nepotism. I'm not
Okay.
mad that LeBron has gotten his son to the NBA per se. I'm mad he did it on my team. If I was watching this shit, I would be like, all right, LeBron, good for you. But because I'm now having to live through this shit and they talking
Right.
about this little nigga getting minutes in an actual NBA game.
Scary.
Fucking
Scary.
lab,
Scary for your
bro.
team. Scary for your team, bro.
Fucking joke, you know. I used to
Yeah.
respect me, but she got on TV and said, "We think LeBron James Jr. is going to be a good player for us." Bitch, shut up. We're done. We're done. Get up. We're done.
Hey, man.
I'm over it. I'm over it, man. The Lakers got me tighter than Drake at a Kendrick Lamar concert. You know what I'm saying? So I got other business for you.
Business.
I got business.
Like what?
All right, because I'm pulling up the charts.
Oh, here we go. My favorite part of the show.
Part of the show.
I can't wait.
The charts. Billboard Hot 100. Get out of here,
So if you
Cheetos.
guys don't know, we've created a new segment called "What Do I Hate More" on the Billboard charts.
Shabuzi still number one, 25 weeks. Somebody come get this nigga, man. God
Let's go,
damn.
Shabuzi, man.
God
Show all
damn.
the haters, bro. That's
Can
all
we
I care
get
about.
Sabrina Carpenter knocked Kendrick down to number 11. He's out of the top 10.
Damn, that's crazy.
Damn.
Leave it to a white woman.
Oh man, just see what I'm saying? Gotta be careful. Sabrina Carpenter. So you still didn't go listen to that Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars track? It's number 6. Die with a Smile.
No, actually, it's fucking hilarious that you mentioned that because I did hear the song. Not by choice, just by like I don't fucking know.
Is it number
Ralph's
6 worthy?
Ralph's, I can't escape it when it's at
You
Ralph's,
can't.
that kind of
Okay.
shit.
Okay,
You know what
so
I
you're
mean?
at the grocery store.
So here I am just trying to, get some milk for the baby. And fucking next thing I know.
Next thing you know,
hear.
Was it a good song or what? Were you like, damn, that's actually pretty good?
No. No. Absolutely not.
All
Enough
right.
to be number 6 on the charts.
All right. So
Is that the Bruno bump?
Maybe shit. I've never listened to the song, so I don't fucking know what it's doing.
Fucking.
I tell you what song I did enjoy, actually, believe it or not, and it's number 3 on the charts. The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi. I thought that song was fire.
I actually haven't heard that.
Timeless. I think that's a good song.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably have heard it because I heard you can't miss Weeknd's voice.
You can't. It's actually probably the song that knocked Not Like Us to number 11 because it's at number 3 and then everything else just had to move down. So
I see.
And yeah, so and it's the first week on the Billboard list. So
okay.
But Not Like Us is 22 weeks. Drake, the industry doesn't like you, bro. The industry doesn't like you, bro. I don't know.
How many ways can the industry tell Drake that they don't fuck with him anymore?
Hey, Drake fans think I'm a hater. I'm like, the industry is the biggest hater because they hate the way he walked, the way he talked. They hate the way that he dressed.
Oh shit!
Let me see who else can I find for you. Damn, Sabrina Carpenter's all over. It's making me kind of want to go listen to the Sabrina Carpenter album a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, man.
Uh,
Just give it a spin, bro. You got nothing to lose.
I got a lot to lose. TGIF Glorilla is number 28.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which
There
is
you go.
actually, I think it was one of the singles off the album. It was actually out.
All right.
So I know that's been working. That one and Hold On. I think those two were singles
Saturn
on
by
the
SZA
album.
is still on the Hot 100. 32 weeks on the Hot 100, man.
Let's go, SZA.
Peaked at 6.
Let's go, SZA.
It actually moved up. It was 36 last week. It's up to 32.
Oh shit.
See,
Oh
the industry
shit.
show. The industry show, man. The streaming numbers. See the maths, dude. You just gotta play the streaming numbers. Got to play the streaming game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like that, number 36.
Man.
28 weeks on the charts, baby.
Can we get like that back in the 20s, bro? Come on, let's do it.
Oh man, I just
Let's
listened
send
to
it
that
back.
track. I'm like, yo, that track is insane. So
God,
Future has Little Demon. He's got Like That. I'm glad Post Malone is falling off of this fucking list. They had
thank
like
God.
everything.
Thank
Um,
God.
yeah, fucking Weasel. Yeah,
Fucking
Future's
hate
got
that.
Don. Um, fucking Linkin Park. What the fuck is this?
What? What is
The fuck is this? The Emptiness Machine? What the fuck is this?
we got Lincoln Park? We got new Lincoln Park?
Apparently, I've fucking
Oh
been on the
shit.
church for 4 weeks. There you go. Eminem's Houdini still here. Uh,
White people. They never gonna let Eminem down.
they do let Eminem do his Thug Thizzle. As my uncle said. Oh, Rod Wave is on here.
Let's
First
go,
week,
Rod.
Rod Wave.
Let's go, Rod
68,
Wave.
Fall Fast in Love.
There you go.
All right, all right, all right. All Red, Playboy Cardi's on here.
I still don't know how it's on there. I don't know how it stayed on there. That's crazy to me.
Well, look, I'll tell you what's not on here. Travis
What?
Scott's not on here. He's not in.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't
Hollow,
think any of those
Hollow,
songs charted.
Hollow is by Glorilla is on here. It's the second week on here. It's 95 though. Unfortunately, came in at 86. Rod Wave is
Okay.
on here again.
All right. Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter rounds out the Hot 100 with a re-entry.
That whole fucking album's on that.
Dude, the whole fucking album is on here. This shit is crazy.
Hey. Hey,
Whiskey
man.
Whiskey, Moneybag Yo featuring Morgan. Wow, I don't like this being here. Moneybag Yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I don't like that
Moneybag
shit.
Yo with Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, I
Or
don't like that
Waylon,
shit.
however you say that shit.
Whatever.
It's
They be
nasty
fucking on.
work.
Until they can say Kamala, I'm gonna say it however the fuck I want to say it. How about that? So
Not when they say her last name like the wrestler, Kamala.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kamala, please. They told you. Is her name? How do you say it? Chappelle Roan? Chapel Roan? How do you say her name?
I be saying Chappelle just because it's funny. Chappelle Rowan.
She's in the hot. She's in the
Chapel.
top 10. Chapel Roan. Chapel Roan.
Chapel Rowan.
Post Malone is still here for some fucking reason. Ain't
Hey,
nobody
man.
moving Shabuzi though.
Hey, man.
You know what the funny thing is? I've not spun this song one fucking time.
Me neither. But it's around.
I've
I
never
think
heard it.
that shit plays somewhere. You're
I,
gonna hear it somewhere.
I've never heard it anywhere. The grocery store, fucking the mall. I've not heard this shit one fucking time.
I mean, what's crazy to me is just how much they try to like normalize country. Like where I'm just like, no, I can't do it. Not
It
me. It's
you
not
know
gonna be
what?
me, man.
And I might be personally avoiding this song because I don't like how you tried to normalize country by leveraging a rap song. Like that's very aggravating for me.
Right. So you gotta,
With a black country artist, I'm just like,
yeah.
I see you niggas, y'all motherfuckers ain't playing me. I see you,
Mm-hmm.
Shabuzi, get your money, but we gonna talk,
Yeah.
nigga. I don't
Yeah.
like how they using you, my guy. But
Mm-mm.
get your money though.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Hot 100, bro. Anything? Jelly rolls on here, marshmallow. Let me see. I'm trying to find something for you.
Just
Uh,
list it off so I can.
Teddy Swims,
All right. So
I don't know
Teddy Swims,
who the fuck is that. Teddy Swims.
Marshmallow,
Yeah, Marshmallow, and here, let me go
uh,
back to that one.
Jelly Roll. Oh
I'm not
man,
okay. Jelly Roll, Marshmallow, and Kane Brown. Miles on it.
man, fuck this list. I swear, I swear to God, I can't. It's fucking stupid.
Billie Eilish, Wildflower. Maybe the wife is getting into some Billie Eilish, so I'm like, oh, good for
Billie
her.
Eilish is cool. She's cool. If you haven't given it a chance,
I definitely
she
have.
leans young. She leans young, so that's the only thing,
Definitely have it. Is she like Adele?
topically.
Is it like casual sadness? Because I can't fuck with. I like Adele. I'm like, I'm not. I haven't broken up with nobody. Like, I'm good. I don't need that shit in my life right now.
Nah, it's not even casual sadness. It's just kind of see, because the kids they're sadder nowadays. So like casual sadness doesn't work. They're just like, all right, we're all this sad all the time, right? It's like you got
Idle
to
and
go
sad.
deeper. You got to go like deeper and lower and darker. That's what you got to do. So
God
she's in
damn,
that range. So if
I
you
need
already can't handle Adele, then she's a step down.
guys.
So
If Adele is not enough for you, then I stress. Please go outside. Let the sun rays touch your face. Go to the
nah,
beach.
bro.
Listen to the waves. It's gonna be all right.
Adele is in purgatory, and then Billie Eilish is in hell. That's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you.
God damn.
All right, so
All
yeah,
right.
but I mean, she got some songs, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like I don't like some Billie Eilish songs. She got some songs. Yeah,
Mega's still on here. She's been
let's
on the
go,
charts for
Meg.
14 years. Mamushi. Mega's still here.
Mamushi. Nice,
Mamushi.
nice.
That money bag yo shit that makes me really angry.
It's that Tennessee connection. That's what it is.
I don't give a fuck.
You was just out there, and you didn't see none of that going on.
I was in Memphis, so I saw a lot of blues. I didn't see no fucking country.
That's why I think
Uh,
I think that's what the connection is. Because Moneybag is Memphis,
Moneybag is Memphis,
and then I think
but
Morgan Wallen.
he's country music, right?
I think he's from there too. Maybe,
So just because they're both from Memphis,
probably.
well, if he's white, I doubt he's from like Memphis proper, but it's fine.
I mean, yeah,
I ain't gonna be
I
talking
guess.
about where people are from. If he's from Memphis, he's gonna be from. We
I'm
don't need to
just
go.
curious.
We don't need to go there. Maybe you're right. Ooh, 21 Savage and Summer Walker are here. Prove it. All right.
Oh,
All right.
he's from Sneedville, Tennessee. There you go.
Okay. That sounds right. Oh, hey, here we go. T Grizzly and J. Cole. Blow for blow.
Let's go.
There you go. There you go. All right.
That T
Am I
Grizzly.
selling you on the Hot 100?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Guys, so I'm doing this because I want him to believe in the metrics. Okay.
Nah.
Am I saying that they're 100% not manipulatable? No, that I know you can manipulate these numbers. What I'm saying is, if I'm saying anything, Nene, is it'll catch up. So Travis Scott, he debuted at number 2 and promptly got the fuck off, right? Like it promptly got the fuck off the list.
There's just no fucking way that it was even ever number 2.
It
It
was
was
number
not
2.
like,
Look,
come
all
on.
you had to do was buy some Travis Scott socks. You got an album. Okay, that's a sale. Okay.
Look,
You buy
I may not be outside the way I used to be, but I'll tell you that shit was not playing outside. I can tell you that much for sure. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Now you know what else? That fucking Morgan Wallen fucking bullshit is not playing either. It's not playing either. Cause neither side is happy about that shit. I can't imagine that fucking, Moneybag Yo fans are like, yeah, man, Morgan Wallen, that's who we wanted featured on this shit. This is who we wanted.
Oh,
No, man, give me the Glorilla Moneybag Yo
I-
song. That's the one I want. I don't want fucking Morgan Wallen on that shit.
That is the one we want. We don't want that other shit. So
All right.
Tell me why
So
Morgan
go check
Wallen.
out Glorilla's album, not fucking this bullshit that I have to hear, this pandering ass bullshit. Like it's supposed to go both sides when we fucking hate each other. Okay, go outside. The country's in shambles.
Hell yeah. I love the energy, man. I love the energy. Tell me why. All right, I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave you with this image to gas you up a little bit. Tell me why this
fine.
Morgan Wallen song, right? Morgan Wallen. The song is number 16 on the charts, down from 13. Or I'm sorry, down from 7.
Okay.
It's called Lies, 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 and the fucking thumbnail is, I'm assuming, Morgan Wallen's face, like his eyes, and it's got tattooed lies, 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 like you know how niggas got teardrops. Yeah, that shit. Hey, white people, man, y'all don't even give a fuck. Y'all foul out here. I don't appreciate that shit, but it's cool. It's cool. Y'all tat your face up and just do what niggas do, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, man, I can't.
It's fine.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I got no black people in the fucking boardrooms at all.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. All right. I next week I'm coming back. I just actually want to see Shabuzi come off of this motherfucker and go to number 2. Like, I'll probably stop doing this after that. So I'm mainly interested in how long this run is going to be for Shabuzi at number 1.
Yeah, let's keep it going and see what happens.
Because, god damn, 25 weeks. And he's been like number 1 for like 23 of them motherfuckers, bro.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
It's crazy.
This is crazy. So, all right, go check. I've given you a lot of music over the last 2 weeks.
All right.
If you go listen to something else, then I'm going to start to feel like you don't respect my recommendations.
Oh my god.
All right. So I'm
just all right, fine. Fair.
That's how I'm ending this.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, like I'll have listened to all of it by the next No One Knows episode. How about that?
Okay. I wasn't gonna hold you to that. I will hold you to next Sunday though. So if you do happen to listen to them by Thursday or whatever day, then I will be glad. But if you haven't done it by next Sunday, we're gonna have a conversation. If you're not gonna take my recommendations, why should these other young shits take my recommendations?
You're not listening to the shit I'm recommending there.
I actually was for a long time, but I stopped like the last 2 weeks. You're right. But
yeah, there you go. See, look, we both need to do some work.
We both need to do some work. All right.
There you go.
But I was listening to everything you suggested for a while.
All right. Okay. All right.
I even added some shit to my.
There you go.
To my so,
there you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
likewise. It's a beautiful thing.
Check out Dead Prez.
Let's go, Dead Prez, baby. Dead Prez shout out. 2024 is fire. I'm gonna let you know. That's another good pull. We'll start having some good pulls 2024, you know what I'm saying? And in this last quarter.
I'm just saying, let's go. Let's end the year strong.
Let's go, baby.
All right, go Dodgers. Stop touching dicks.
I mean, if we're going to keep winning, just keep touching dicks. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, touch dicks for as long as you want to. It's your choice. Your body, your choice. So do what you want to do.
Oh, shit. No pause. Fast forward.
Jesus, yeah. Keep playing.
Resume.
I ain't never quitting on my homies from the set. Rather die a legend than be living with regrets. Granny up.